Well, turns out you can hibernate in peanut brittle and
Wow, you really are a sad, dumb little girl. Nice top hat, by the way.
We've all seen those mean high school bully girls in some truly iconic shows, abusing other kids like they were getting paid for it. Well, you know that we can't have you experiencing that yourselves. So, we at Not Fair Studios went through every show that had one of these characters, and we built you a full survival guide. We have 6 mean girls with 6 completely different flavors of evil, and one big truth at the end that ties all of it together.
Stop ignoring me, ignoring you!
Angelica has been terrorizing the babies in Rugrats since 1991, which somehow makes her a senior member of this list, even though she's just 3 years old. Angelica is slightly a special case because most of her victims are literally just babies who can't even speak.
I hope you don't get too wet. Yeah, real funny. Little bald idiot. What are you doing, Angelica? Those aren't yours. Those aren't yours.
She has one huge advantage against the babies, which is that all adults can't understand a single word that the babies say, so she can do whatever she wants.
Oh no! My Louis Couture's vase! It's irreplaceable!
I didn't do it. It was Tommy and the babies.
So, whenever she does something horrible to Tommy or Chucky, she can just turn around and tell her Aunt Dee Dee that something completely different happened. And Dee Dee just believes her every single time.
Fluffy, you're funny.
What in the world is going on in here?
He did it!
Spike!
That right there is the main thing you need to understand about Angelica. Angelica is not physically scary, and even in a fair fight, she would actually lose to almost anyone her size. What she has instead is the fact that the adults can't hear both sides of the story for her entire childhood, which makes her act out this way. So how can you survive Angelica? The best option is really to close that gap that she heavily relies on. If the adults can suddenly see her behavior for what it really is, most of her tricks would stop working pretty much instantly. That means anytime she pulls something on you, there has to be some kind of record of it. Maybe an adult walks in at the right moment, or maybe the other kids are just ready to back up your version of the story when Angelica tries to flip it like she always does.
It wasn't me. It was Fluffy. But don't be mad. She's just a poor dumb kitty.
Either way, the second her word is no longer the one in the room, she completely loses most of her power.
I did it!
Angelica!
Oops. I didn't do it!
We heard the whole thing, Angelica.
So you broke the lamp, young lady.
The other thing worth knowing about Angelica is how much she cares about her stuff. She is deeply attached to her doll, Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia, you look so much better with the permanent.
And you have no idea how much she craves attention from the adults around. She even faked breaking her leg to get their attention.
Ow!
Angelica, what happened?
Oh, my leg! I think it's broke!
If you ever have to confront Angelica, Not Fair Studios warns you not to go after her belongings, because that just makes the whole thing worse than it needs to be.
Cynthia, she's gone!
The funny part about Angelica is that she does all of this, and she's still 3 years old. She's not even able to think more than one move ahead at any time. So if you pay attention and are willing to be a little bit more patient than others, then she becomes one of the easiest to handle on this entire list. The next mean girl is way older and a lot louder than Angelica, and she also gets physical when she needs to. Helga is one of the most honest mean girls on this list by a pretty wide margin.
And then there's Stinky Peterson. Is it me, or is this guy always a step behind? I don't get it. What's Principal Wart's going on about? I'm all confused.
She doesn't play around. She'll give it to you straight, whatever's on her mind. If Helga decides she has a problem with you, trust me, you would know about it immediately. And you'll probably know about it again the next day, and the day after that, until she eventually gets bored and moves on to someone else. Helga has this thing with Arnold where she torments him constantly in public while being secretly obsessed with him in a way that the show makes pretty painfully clear.
It's so beautiful. A monument to my beloved.
Thanks for making it that clear. Helga has a whole inner life that she hides from everyone around her, and underneath all the yelling and the shoving, she's genuinely just a hurt child with terrible parents, and almost nobody pays attention to her, even when she was younger. But that doesn't excuse the way that she treats people, but it does explain why she is the way she is. The brutal mistake you can make with Helga is trying to match her energy straight. There's no way you can intimidate her, because intimidation is literally her whole thing, and she's been doing it since she was a kid.
Hey, who's taking me to preschool?
Yeah, in a minute, Olga.
No, I'm Helga, Dad. Helga.
Whatever. Go play outside, would you?
I'm going to preschool.
If you try and push back the same way that she does, she'll just push even harder. And trust us, you'll be the one who ends up looking small by the time the whole thing's over. Helga respects people who don't flinch around her, and she also respects people who don't try to turn every single interaction into a fight. We can look at Arnold, he survives her for the entire run of the show, and most of the time it's because he just refuses to react the way that she wants him to. He treats her like a normal person. She has no idea how to respond to that, and you can see it throw her off every single time it happens.
She was taking advantage of you. And I couldn't just... Well, hey, what are we standing here talking for? We're wasting time. We've got a sandcastle competition to win.
The other thing worth knowing is that you never, ever go after her feelings for Arnold. That is a line you don't cross. So, if you ever end up in Helga's class, the move is actually pretty simple. You just need to show up and let the fact that you're not scared of her do most of the work for you. She's one of the easier girls on the list if you get along with her, which is probably the last thing you would guess from looking at her. The next girl doesn't push anyone around physically, and she doesn't need to, because her family is the one that handles the heavy lifting for her. Pacifica Northwest comes from the richest family in Gravity Falls, and she spent most of the show reminding everyone about that fact.
Everyone, you all know me, Pacifica Northwest, great-great-granddaughter of town founder Nathaniel Northwest. I'm also very rich.
Her whole thing runs on status. She technically grew up being told that she was better than other people. She even looks down on Mabel and Dipper.
To break it to you, but Pioneer Day is for serious people, and you look and act ridiculous. I mean, a puppy playing basketball? Are you always this silly?
She looks down on pretty much anyone who's not on her family's level, and she doesn't particularly care if you notice or not.
I didn't know it was Hobo's Golf Free Day.
Pacifica.
Well, if it isn't the Pines family, fat, old, lame, braces.
Seuss, would it be wrong to punch a child?
What makes Pacifica a little different is that her parents have made it very clear that anyone outside their social circle is beneath her, in a way that's almost like a job to her. The thing that actually works on Pacifica is being the first person she meets who doesn't treat her like a Northwest. That is what Dipper and Mabel accidentally did to her across season 2.
Guys, in case you've already forgotten, Pacifica Northwest is the worst. And that's not just jealousy talking. I'd say that to her face.
I need your help.
You're the worst.
It's clear that they're not impressed by her status, and most importantly, they didn't want anything from her. She has genuinely never encountered that before, and once she does, you can watch her start to unravel. By the end of the season, she's seen betraying her parents to help Dipper break a ghost curse, because at that point, she's learnt that your last name doesn't determine your worth.
Dare disobey us? Dingly dingly! Is this bell broken?
Our family name is broken.
So, the move with Pacifica is pretty different from the others. You don't need to fight her. What you need to do is just exist around her without caring about all the fancy stuff that she's been raised with. Eventually, her whole deal will run out of air, and occasionally you'll get a friend out of it. The next girl is basically the opposite of Pacifica in every single way you can imagine. Lola Loud is a 7-year-old pageant queen with a missing tooth in The Loud House show, and she's the single most organised mean girl on this list, while everyone else is either winging it or running on family money. What makes Lola stand out is the thing that she leans on the most. She relies almost entirely on information. She knows every secret in her entire house. She knows who did what, and she even knows exactly when and how to use each piece of it.
Need a butler for my tea party. You're it.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Oh, really? I'd hate for Dad to find out who broke his precious disco ball.
That's actually what makes her so dangerous. If you hand Lola any piece of personal information, know that you have basically handed her a button that she can press whenever she feels like it.
Okay, maybe I'll go play dress up with Mom's wedding gown instead. Oh, wait, I can't because someone ruined it.
And don't even feel like she's going to forget. She remembers everything. What's actually impressive about Lola is that she'll hold on to something for as long as she needs to, and only pulls it out at the exact moment when using it will do huge damage.
Oh, okay. I hope your show doesn't, like end suddenly. I hear there have been a lot of blackouts lately. Who told?
What most people underestimate about Lola is her age, because she's a little kid. They assume she can't really do any serious damage, and here's Lola taking full advantage of that assumption in pretty much every single episode. Adults treat her like she's harmless, because, her age and everything, and all her siblings treat her like she's annoying, but at the end, nobody takes her seriously until it's already way too late. And by then, she's already got whatever it is she came for in the first place.
Lincoln! It's 3 o'clock! You failed me! You know what happens when you make Lola mad!
I'm sorry. I would have done what you asked me.
So, surviving Lola is almost entirely about one rule, and that is you don't give her anything she can work with. You don't have to tell her secrets, and most importantly, you don't need to tell her your plans. And if she suddenly decides to be friendly with you out of nowhere, you need to be cautious, because that is most likely a setup for disaster.
How would you like my fries?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm trying to watch my cholesterol.
Go ahead, take them.
No, really, I'm good.
Take the fries!
What is up with this mall?
Lola does her best work in private. She doesn't need no group to perform her mean girl skills to. So, what she wants you to know is that she has something on you, and she wants you to fix whatever she's asking you to fix before anyone else finds out about it. And if you pull the whole thing out into the open and let everyone in the house hear what's actually going on, she loses most of her leverage immediately. If you ever cross her, you're not going to get away with it cleanly, and trying to apologise your way out of it usually doesn't work either, because she wants you to actually suffer for it a little. So the better move is just not to cross her unnecessarily in the first place, which again comes back to the same rule. You don't give her the material that she needs. She's probably the smartest girl on this list, which is genuinely kind of terrifying when you remember how old she actually is. The next girl doesn't need to know your secrets. She just needs you to care what she thinks of you. Trixie Tang is 10 years old. She goes to Dimsdale Elementary, and she's the most popular girl at her school. And Timmy Turner has been trying to get her to notice him for the entire run of The Fairly Odd Parents. That is over 170 episodes of Timmy getting ignored by the same girl.
Less popular than me, Veronica. Hey, Trixie. Hello, empty bus seat. Darn it. Why doesn't she like me?
You see, popularity charts out like this. Rich kids, 58%. Unpopular kids, 27%.
At some point, Timmy, you need to read the room. Here's the part that most people miss about Trixie though. In the season 2 episode, The Boy Who Would Be Queen, Timmy accidentally turns himself into a girl, and then he wanders into the mall and catches Trixie in a comic book store fighting over the same comic book that Timmy wants.
Trixie Tang? No, I'm in here by accident, understand? Boy stuff, all my friends will think I'm weird. Please, please keep it our secret, girl to girl.
She's not supposed to like comics. Her whole popular girl thing does not allow her. She's literally hiding the part of herself she genuinely enjoys because it doesn't match the image that she's been building at school. The moment that Timmy turns back into a boy, she snaps right back to playing him.
That is so sweet. But, security? Huh? Bye, Timmy Turner. Hey!
So, she knew the real Timmy was nice, it was just that she can't afford to acknowledge it in public. That tells you everything you need to know about how to survive her. Trixie's cruelty only works as long as you actually care what she thinks of you. That's the whole thing. Timmy actually cares. That's why he gets ignored. The second you stop caring, she literally doesn't have a move. So the move with Trixie is almost funny. What you have to do is stop chasing her. You just quietly stop trying to be seen by her and go find people who are willing to see you back. She will almost certainly never notice that you did it, and that is actually the point. There's also a small workaround worth mentioning. The other girls in her group, especially Veronica, have a huge crush on someone that you wouldn't believe.
Friend, I wish you nothing but happiness and eternal joy for your whole life long.
That's actually more close to envy rather than a crush. The last girl on this list has a best friend who laughs at everything she says, and a mother, well, who's plainly put worse than she is, somehow. And finally, we get to Diamond Tiara from My Little Pony. She's only this mean because her mother is somehow even meaner than her. We at Not Fair Studios think it has something to do with genetics. Diamond goes to Ponyville Schoolhouse. Her parents are filthy rich and spoiled rich. And yes, those are actually their real names in the show. We're guessing that the writers were not exactly being subtle about what her family's priorities are. Diamond's entire personality for the first 4.5 seasons of the show was making the cutie mark Crusaders feel bad about not having their cutie marks yet.
I mean, waiting for your cutie mark is so last. I just got mine. We all have them already. I mean, almost all of us have them already.
And she's even the one who came up with the nickname Blank Flanks that the whole school uses to pick on them.
He is an amazing cutie mark. Nice try. Blank flank. Blank.
When you pay attention to each scene where Diamond's being cruel, she's almost never alone. Her best friend Silver Spoon is right next to her in every single scene, laughing at her jokes and backing her up, even when what she's saying doesn't really make any sense.
I can't wait to hear Granny Smith's presentation, if she can remember any of it. Long ago, when I was a little pony.
In an episode called Crusaders of the Lost Mark, we finally meet Diamond's mother, Spoiled Rich, and now we know exactly where she got those skills from. In the episode, Diamond Tiara loses a class election out of all things to a pony named Pipsqueak.
The student pony president is Pipsqueak!
Oh my gosh, Crusaders! Pip won! I couldn't have won without the hard work.
And the moment her mum hears about it, she loses her mind in public. And we have to mention that Spoiled Rich is actually a member of the school board. So she's humiliating her own daughter right in front of her classmates.
That starts here in Ponyville and reaches all over Equestria. Don't ever forget that Diamond Tiara.
We feel bad for Diamond having to deal with this every single day. Surviving Diamond Tiara is a different problem from everything else on this list because her meanness has two main ingredients and both of them have to be present for it to work. She needs Silver Spoon next to her and she needs an audience to perform for. Take either one away and she totally deflates.
If I'm a diamond, then why do I feel so rough?
So what you must do is never let her catch you alone while Silver Spoon is right there. You either travel with at least one other person, just the way the Crusaders do with each other, or you deal with her in moments where Silver Spoon is somewhere else. But when you do run into Diamond Tiara on her own, she's weirdly easier to talk to. She's still a little bit rude, but she's not committing to the bit nearly as hard because there's nobody there to perform for. By now, we can totally agree that just ignore her is the worst piece of advice that any adult has ever told a kid, even though somehow they're still handing it out today. Ignoring it didn't make any of these girls stop. It just tells them that nobody is going to do anything about it. So, tell us in the comments which one of these 6 would have made your life miserable if she'd showed up in your class. And if there is a mean girl that we missed, drop her down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back before you can even spell Cheerio. Try it. See, there, told you. Bye.